is up, football fans? Welcome to Bench Talk. This is the show where we talk about all things football. With me, as always, is my co-host, Untitled. How are you doing?
I'm good. The Premier League is well on the way.
Back, boy.
Yeah, we had some crazy results. I
Yeah,
commented on one of the posts, and I think I got like 2 out of 6 for the Saturday.
predictions. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be a heck of a season. I'm so excited for it. I'm excited for this episode to talk about some results, some surprises, some upsets.
So
Ready
let's
get
go to
going.
Friday. Friday night.
Yeah, so we had
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace and Aston. What do you think? I think, let me tell you, Arsenal's 2-0 victory wasn't too convincing for me. I was very exciting. I was super excited for the game. I don't really like Arsenal that much, and I don't really like Crystal Palace that much. So it's not a game I would normally get excited for, but it was the first game in the Premier League, and I was very excited. And I think Arsenal deserved to win the game, but they didn't look like super solid. They didn't look like very tight. They were quite open in the back. Palace had a lot of chances through the middle. I wasn't like on the edge of the box crossing, and there was like some headers, and it was like through the middle. They really had some chances. Zaha played this one through ball to I can't remember who it was.
Wasn't it like something like Zeta or something like the Z?
Yeah,
or something
yes,
like I know you're talking about. He should have scored.
He should have
scored.
scored.
On the keeper.
Exactly.
And he
Should have
played
scored
it straight
that.
to the keeper. Yeah.
And they had a couple of those through both halves. So yeah, I think Arsenal deserved to win the game, but it wasn't. As if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be too comfortable. I wouldn't put Champions League on my betway yet, to put it that way.
So I agree with you and disagree with you at the same time. So I think that Arsenal weren't convincing, but they convinced me in a different way, where normally when Arsenal are disappointing, they lose that game. But somehow they were resilient enough to not even concede one goal.
Yeah.
They do normally draw or lose that game. When the pressure gets on top of them, the team does normally score.
I mean, especially from last season.
Exactly.
That's so true.
100%. Last season, at the end of the season, Arsenal, in those situations, they completely fell apart, and that's why they didn't make Champions League. But there was something different about this game. I don't know. But Palace as well did look super rusty. It took them long to get into the game.
It did take them long to get. The first 30 minutes, there was no Palace in that game.
At the beginning of the game, Arsenal looked like
amazing.
Yeah, it looked like I was like, whoa! Especially Jesus, he was dribbling past everybody and he was keeping the ball.
I sent you that message and I said, Jesus looks like he's going to be almost. I was like, I think I said top scorer or something. Who's looking that good? Yeah, he was looking really good. The way he was in those tight areas, getting out of those tight areas, his distribution looked amazing. He didn't get a nice open shot off. I think they were really trying to close him down quite well.
But they did quite well.
But he was really able to hold the ball up while he looked really good. Jesus looked really.
But you could say Palace looked like they're missing that Gallagher type player.
Absolutely, yeah. Who was on the bench for Chelsea, and it was just if he was in the Palace team, he would have 100% played in that game. So 100%. But yeah, I looking at Arsenal, to finish off on Arsenal, I do think they're going to be tough to beat, especially with this result. It's Palace at home is not an easy team to play.
100%. I never want to go there. I don't like it.
It's not an easy team, so it's a very good victory for them. They can definitely take it forward. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. The resilience, very good point. They didn't look solid. They didn't look Liverpool City solid from last season, which obviously not. That's an unfair comparison to make. I get that, but there's a lot of expectation on the Arsenal team this season. And they didn't quite look it, but first game of the season, big victory for them. Really, really good for them. 100%. Palace though, any worries there for you?
No, I don't feel worried. I think Vieira, he'll regroup the squad. I mean, I'm a little bit worried in terms of their beginning of the season, because I know they have us next, Liverpool.
Good point.
So to lose 2 on the bounce, that would be a horrible start for them. But over the longevity of the season, no. Yeah, I'm not too worried.
And Palace struggles against Liverpool. That has been I think the last couple of games. I know what happened last season between you guys? Palace and Liverpool. I think.
We got a little dodgy penalty at the end of the game away.
Yes.
Vieira was very upset.
It was actually.
It was very close.
It was a close game,
but we did beat them.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit back where I've watched the one game between Palace and Liverpool, and just the Palace did not look like they know they like whatever Liverpool throws at them, they just can't take it, whatever it is. But that was a while back, fair enough. So it could be a good game, especially maybe with Liverpool. It can either go come back super strong. We shouldn't have drew. It's the smash Palace, or they could still be a little bit shaken up by that result. So it should be a good game. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay. Hit us off.
Saturday game.
Oh, this was a big upset.
What are your
I think.
thoughts?
This was a big upset. Not expected. Yeah.
The way the game started, I wasn't surprised. I knew that was going to be the case. Fulham come back to the Premier League. The fans are buzzing, excited to be back. The team's going to press us. It's going to be really intense. I knew that was going to happen. But I thought that would be like the first 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then I thought we'd take over from there and take control of the game like we usually do. But it went on for about 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was the only time we grew into the game. But Fulham get their first goal in the first half. Mitrovic, Trent. Those are the areas where Trent really needs to step up. I mean, in general, he didn't have a good game going forward and back. Trent wasn't Trent.
Do you think it's something that he's rusty, or do you think it's the way? Do you think there's a bit of a new system in Liverpool that's maybe affecting his gameplay, or do you think it was just the first game of the season? He just needs to get.
I was surprised because I've said to you in the past that, especially in that City game, the Community Shield game, it looked like we were playing a different system where Trent comes inside and he almost becomes a midfielder. But that wasn't really happening in the Fulham game. So I don't know. Maybe that was just a once-off like tactic for Man City that we played. But it'll be interesting to see as the season goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, for that Mitrovic goal, Trent doesn't jump. And even if he decided to, Mitrovic was very clever in using Trent to leverage himself up. Alisson, you could ask questions for that goal. He could have maybe done a little bit better.
Near post goals are always,
But yeah, I think it was because it goes off Mitrovic's head and then flicks off Trent's head, and I think maybe that caught Alisson off guard.
I see.
But yeah, then we do grow into the game, look a lot better. Nunez comes on, looks very bright. Did he come on half-time? No, he came on around that 60th minute time slot.
Yeah.
And looked great. Looked so good. Gets his goal. He tried that flick earlier on in the game, didn't work. Works the second time. And then Fulham go up the other end. And look, I know what people are going to think, that I'm going to be salty about the penalty. It was silly of Van Dijk to stick his leg out in the first place. He does get his leg out of the way. There's the slightest bit of contact with the knee. But is that enough contact for Mitrovic to fall the way that he fell? No. But Van Dijk did put his leg there. But
this is very interesting because the reason the penalty was given was because the ref said it was a penalty.
Yeah.
And if the ref could have gone, they do that thing with the whistle, and VAR would have looked at that and they wouldn't have overturned.
100%.
They would not have told that ref to go and look at the VAR screen because so the VAR exists, but it's the ref has like 90% of the power still. So I know you mentioned to me like you don't understand, like in your frustration you don't understand the point of VAR. So with that penalty as an example, is there anything that VAR should be doing differently, or do you think the ref should have that power? And
first of all,
the 50-50
I think they need to learn from rugby. Like, let's hear the communication between the ref and the people in the VAR, wherever they are, Stanley Park or something, wherever they are. I would love to hear that communication. I want to know what they said in that moment where, they probably must have backed the referee there. You must have heard that. But if we're going to end diving in football, then you can't really be giving penalties like that. Yeah. Like, you can't, if knees like, football is a contact sport. Yeah. It's a contact sport. So that doesn't mean every time you get touched wherever you're on the field, you fall over. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think from a neutral point of view?
So when it happened live, I was 100% convinced that it wouldn't be a penalty. You're gonna be mad at me now, but Liverpool has this way of sometimes getting decisions going against them that are like decisions that are small fouls in the middle of the field, but when it's those crucial decisions, they get the decision. I don't know how. I can't explain it. I don't want to argue with you. And I don't want to back myself because I don't have examples. Something about Liverpool, they get the big decisions, and I really thought it was going to be a penalty. But penalty by its own on itself, I didn't think it was a penalty. I really didn't think it was a penalty. They showed the replay and they had to up until half time, I still thought it was a very unlucky penalty. Liverpool shouldn't have seen it. And then the analysis, they did that little circle and they zoomed in to where the two knees touch. And when you have to start doing that and Mitrovic goes down like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very harsh. But because there was contact, all Fulham fans will then say there was contact. Mitrovic exaggerated the contact, which won him the penalty, which drew them that game.
Yeah.
But yes, if we're going to argue that diving should stop, it's going to have to start somewhere. It's not going to start with any strikers because they're not going to want to they're going to want the goals, So it's going to have to start with the refs. If the dive is too violent, if the dive is too exaggerated, the refs that should make the ref decide against the 50-50. I'm not really sure it's not a penalty because he exaggerated the dive.
Yeah.
That might be what they have to do. But I don't think they're going to do that. Yeah.
And look, we're going to talk about another game later on where there was hectic contact into someone's back.
Yeah.
And it's not a penalty. And that's where things get frustrating. But anyway, still talking about the game. We go on and then we also equalize, which is great. Salah gets the goal. Don't think Nunes meant the assist, but he got it anyway. Yeah. Salah puts it away. Salah is always in the right place at the right time.
Sixth.
Yeah, 6th year in a row scoring on the opening day. He broke his own record.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So I'm glad we didn't lose, but it's frustrating, especially seeing what City did, and you just think. Man.
Yeah, I know. It's been a little while now for you to process the game, but if you had to just take out the Mitrovic theatrics out of the equation, what did you think of his performance? He had a lot of pressure on his shoulder to score.
No, he looks good. He looks like that bully type
striker.
Striker, yeah. And I think he will do better than the last time they were in the league.
Amazing.
I think so. I really do. So look, it's early doors. We can't go too deep into detail and over exaggerate or overthink things. It is the first game, but he does look decent.
Amazing. Yeah, I think so too. I really think that he just getting those 2 goals in for the first game, it eases him a bit. Maybe he likes the pressure. I don't know, but it was a very good performance from him.
And we did not draw that game because of the ref.
Yeah,
we got what we deserved.
Yeah,
we definitely did not deserve to win that game. Fulham, give credit to Fulham. They were brilliant. It's going to be interesting to see how they get on.
Yeah,
but all credit to Fulham.
Amazing. That's from a Liverpool fan, so that's big credit for Liverpool for Fulham fans. I want to just mention 2 things from the Fulham team. From a Wolves point of view, Wolves were very very strongly linked to João Palhinha, who then signed for Fulham because Wolves pulled out of the deal, and he looked incredible.
Yeah, he's very good.
He does those things where he just sticks his leg out, tackles in the middle of the field. And he was the reason that you guys just couldn't get that build up that Liverpool love to do, where the ball just gets kicked back and you right back. They couldn't even, normally the teams can't even breathe and Liverpool's already on their box. Palhinha was stopping that constantly, was stopping that build up play constantly, and he looked his distribution was really, really good. So I'm a bit salty, but we don't need a João Palhinha. We've got Ruben Neves. But I just wanted to mention Palhinha looked really good. And then there was a small thing I noticed in the game that I really wanted to also point out was, I'm not sure when it was exactly. I think it was the 80th minute or the 85th minute or a little bit earlier. Fabio Carvalho for Liverpool came on.
Him and Harvey.
And there was this massive round of applause in the stadium
Very good sign of respect.
Which was a really good sign of respect. Like normally, you know how these things go.
I was wondering how it was.
Your favorite player from your team comes up. He signs for a big club, which you can obviously understand. And there's boos around. Not at Fulham. It was really that really impressed me. It just showed Fulham fans, they mature, they're ready for the season, and that showed a little bit of. It was really decent to see. Yeah.
Would be interesting to see if they did that if they were losing. But
yeah, it was 2-2 at that point. I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Okay. So very interesting stuff for Liverpool. A lot of people. I've seen a lot of slack on Liverpool. I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair that there's so much slack that they're now going to not even be close to.
When there's like outcry when we draw a game.
Yeah.
That's how far we've come.
Exactly, and which is amazing. So yeah. Okay, we had the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock for us games, which was, where am I now? Sorry, I'm just looking at the wrong place. Yeah. Okay, who was next?
Talk about Wolves. Surely you want to talk about.
Okay, yeah, we the Wolves and Leeds game. Yeah.
Go for it. I'm listening.
I don't want to sound like I'm just gonna. I don't want to sound now that I'm not upset and bummed. Losing to Leeds is horrible. It's horrible. Leeds have just been like ruining Wolves. They were the reason Wolves started that. Not they were the. No, let me take that back. Let me rephrase. Let me put that. The Leeds loss was the start of our drop at the end of last season, which cost us Europe and ended up costing us a lot. So them coming back to win, and I was really excited just to like pay back a bit of revenge, if I want to put it that way. But yeah, it didn't end up going that way. We've always slipped leads. We always slip leads, like leading the game against Leeds. But I wasn't too salty on the loss because of the way we performed. I think Wolves really performed well. We definitely think we were the better team. And I'm trying to say that as neutral as possible. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased. I'll take that, but take that however you want. But I really think that we were the better team. Not in that first half after we scored. We dropped heavily. But we came back second half really strong. But what ultimately won Leeds the game was they had one chance in the second half. And they took it. It was a very good ball from Brentford in own goal. But it probably would have gone in if he didn't stick his leg out. Fair enough. But we made one sub in the 85th minute for the entire game. First game of the season. And we had all our players out there running the full 90, besides Hwang, who's unfit because he just came back from a really bad injury, but he played 85 minutes.
And he looked really good.
He looked really good. But by the 70th minute, he was gassed out completely. No more runs. So, yeah, the squad depth is a big issue for Wolves at the moment. We did make a new signing. It's not broken yet. The news hasn't broken yet, but it's looking very, very imminent. The guy Gonzalo Guedes had his medical today, so that's at least a step in the right direction. Yeah. We need to get depth, but I'm not worried. I think I don't rate Leeds' performance that much. I do think they're still going to struggle this season.
I agree, man.
Unless they do these miraculous wins in the end of the game like they normally do, but they can't. That's not something that's sustainable. So I'm not too upset about the loss.
No, I don't. No. Leeds. I can't remember where. I think I had them relegated.
Yes.
And I didn't watch that game and think, oh my word, I must be wrong. I still feel that. Yeah. It was like counter-attacky kind of goals, like they got lucky. If Bamford does, and I don't want to put it over him, I don't want somebody to get injured, but if he does, I don't know what else they have really going for them. And Wolves looked so good. The football they were playing, there was it Neves who played that ball to Hwang, and then Hwang flicked it over that guy's head and then almost volleyed it in?
Yes.
That was great. Yeah. Then the last play of the first half where
then
there was also that ball and then there was that one flick.
Yes. Neto.
Some of the football was really good. And it made me feel like, geez, Wolves are playing some decent football. Because you guys have those like short, stocky, like almost like Hazard-y. I think it's like...
Podence.
Talking about Podence. Really reminds me of like a Hazard.
Yes.
His low sense of gravity.
Yeah.
So Yeah, Wolves were definitely the better team, and I wouldn't be worried about them. It sucks, obviously, losing your first game,
Yeah.
but there are so many positives
Yeah.
to take from that game. But while we're talking about Wolves, I see now it's like almost like a definite that Cody's going to Everton. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is. Look, I think it's from a Wolves point of view. I think it's horrible. It sucks. We really love Cody. He is such a voice in the club, but he's just he's not a back four centre back. He doesn't have the pace. Cody, if you want to put Cody in the worst possible position, that's make him turn and face his own goal and run, defend like that. Cody wants to face you with a goal behind him and stop the ball. That's what he wants to do. A back four system doesn't work like that. Like if a back four system pushes high, you're gonna get balls over the top. He doesn't have the pace. It's not his game. He did look. There was one game he played in preseason back four. He looked fine, and I think he can adapt it if he's forced to. He's a professional footballer. That's what you know. But right now the plans are not for him to start any game, unless it's a big injury, which is very likely. Which is why I kind of want to keep him because we're probably going to get an injury and we're going to need him. But he plays for the England squad. The World Cup's coming up. He needs game time. He's given so much to Wolves, so it's going to be unfair for Wolves to just hold him on the bench for when we need him. He needs to play football now. So I get the move. Liverpool, I think if he could choose Liverpool, of course he would want to go to Liverpool. But
it's interesting that he's going to Everton.
Well, Liverpool won't take him. Everton are the only club that's really interested. So, Merseyside is he a traitor? Is he just?
Well, listen, Carragher, Liverpool legend, started out as an Everton fan. And then went to Liverpool, and that's how he fell in love with Liverpool. So I wonder if it's going to happen the other way around.
I doubt that. I doubt that. But he needs to play football, and that's what he wants to do. And Everton's giving that opportunity, so he must.
And they do need that kind of player, Everton. So
be a good move. But he'll always be a true captain for Wolves. So I hope for his sake it works out. It is a loan though. That's what's a little bit weird for me.
I don't know that. With the option to buy.
It's a loan with an option to buy. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's like very strange. That's like we want to give him to you, but we want to keep him. It's about the player. I think if he's gonna go to Everton, let him go permanently and really give it him.
So you think in the back of their minds they might be thinking we might be making a mistake here by getting
exactly.
So just in case
that's exactly what a loan shows me. Yeah. Is they're not really sure. Okay, we'll do this for you, Cody, but we don't know if this is going to work out, which is a little bit frustrating. You need to sell him or keep him. I don't think a loan is the right call, but he's agreed to the loan, so I'm sure him and his agents know exactly what they want to do with it. So fair play. Wolves are to finish off on Wolves. Wolves are like this very precious glass mural. That first 11 really look good. Solid 9th, 8th, hopefully 7th team. But one injury. Neves went down in like the 5th minute, 6th minute with his toe getting stamped on, and he went down again with his toe. And I was like, if this guy has to go off the field and get injured, that mural has one crack and it just shatters. Everything will fall apart. Relegated Wolves. That's how bad our squad depth is. It's from strong top half to relegated. If we lose 2 players, it's disaster. If we don't sign anyone, disaster. If we lose 1 player, I don't even want to watch. It's gonna be that bad. So
he looked really good.
Yeah, he
looked like the conductor.
Exactly. So the club need to take that mural and really put it in a little bubble case with some bubble wrap and just get the squad depth going so that we can show that Wolves are a good team. Bournemouth and Villa.
Gerard's going to be extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed.
Brandon, I have to say this before you go. Before you analyze this game for us. Everyone wrote off Bournemouth. And I know.
We're going to look like
so
fools,
can we just give Bournemouth, if there's any Bournemouth fans that watch this,
to.
From my side, I wrote off Bournemouth. I put them 20. You put them 19th. I mean, that's very much better than me at 20th. I think I just need to give it to the Bournemouth fans. Like you are allowed to boast. You're allowed to rub it in the faces of everybody who wrote Bournemouth off. No one gave them a chance. People have been saying they're going to get under 20 points, and I have to sit here and swallow a strong pill because I said Villa are going to be Conference League. 7th place and Bournemouth 20th, and Bournemouth just beat them 2-0. And so I have to just I know the game, there's a lot of weird things, the goals were very scrappy and whatever, but 2-0 in a result in the Premier League says a lot. And Bournemouth fans are allowed to rub it in our faces, I think. So I just wanted to put that out there to allow them that. I don't know if it's going to carry on like this, but I don't want to say too much because I'm obviously... I don't want to sit and swallow another pill, to be honest.
Credit to Bournemouth, they won, but that looked like a championship game. That first goal, where it's like a goal off the second ball from the corner, Aston Villa made it so easy, and that's why I think Gerrard's going to really be angry, because I don't know from what I saw from that game, I don't know what positives you really...
From a Bournemouth point of view.
From a Aston Villa point of view, I don't know what positives you can take from that defeat, because it was really bad. Like, you have to be awake for that second ball off the corner. You can't have somebody there just waiting for the ball to drop and then just to smack it in like that. And then the second goal was so bad. That was like cross, looping ball. Like a championship ball where it's like not a cross with pace, it's just that looping ball. Yeah. And then everyone's just like, check that ball. Like the Aston Villa players just watching.
It was a free header. It was a
free header. Yeah. So, oh my goodness. Villa need to step it up big time. I'm still positive, about our predictions for Villa. But it's going to be tough. But Bournemouth, of course, they're going to have way tougher tests ahead.
Absolutely.
And then we'll see what they are really made of.
Do you think Bournemouth won that game because they were the better side? Or do you think they won that game because Villa was the worst side?
Well, obviously, look, if both teams are at their best, Aston Villa wins.
Yeah.
But Bournemouth did what they needed to do. They, Aston Villa were terrible. I think it is more because of how bad Aston Villa were. Bournemouth didn't have to do anything incredible at all. They didn't outplay Villa and open them up.
I know Villa had some chances, but nothing amazing.
They lost. Yeah. Aston Villa lost to a corner and a looping cross. It wasn't like. But again, you can't take anything away from Bournemouth. They did what they had to do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking here now. Villa had 66 possession and had 2 shots on target and 15 attempts. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and none of those were clear cut.
Yeah, they weren't I watched the game and there weren't any really I know that the Dean shot was probably that was a good move, but it wasn't a clear, easy playmaker goal or build up to a goal.
Yeah.
They had to really scrap to get the space to shoot.
Yeah.
So. A lot of possession, but nothing. They've got a lot of work to do.
I think that's where we can give Bournemouth credit, is defensively.
Yeah.
The Aston Villa couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
There was I don't think they got opened up once, really.
Yeah, not that I can remember either. Well, that's a championship team coming up defending.
Which is clever. Look, that is what they have to do. If they are going to pull off a miracle and stay in this league, then they are going to have to do that. As soon as they hold on to a lead, which they did 2 minutes into the game, they got to shut up shop.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like a championship come up. It's got that hype. It's got that excitement. It's going to be good for a little bit, but then, as soon as it starts getting tough, it's going to get really tough. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to say too much because I've been swallowing a hard pill, so I want to give it to them.
So should we go on to the next promoted team?
Forest. While I'm on my bitter pills, I did not expect this result at all. I really thought Forest were going to come up and really show Newcastle that they don't have it all with the money that they have. And Forest did not look good at all.
But I did think Newcastle were going to win.
Yeah,
I mean, especially if I think Newcastle are going to break the top 10 this season. Mm-hmm. I think Forest are going to win the games that they need to win against those lower opposition teams. But I have to say, and guys, we have a new segment called Morons or Moron of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
And mine was in this game.
Oh, yeah?
Did you see Forest's corner?
No, you've told me.
I've never seen a corner like this before where... and it makes me laugh. where the guy's there, the Nottingham Forest corner. He's ready to take the corner. There's not one Nottingham player in the box, eh?
No way. Oh, they're all on the edge.
So it's all the Newcastle players standing there, and all the whole Nottingham team standing from outside the box. And as he's about to put the cross in, they all come. And they all come running and it just goes straight to the Newcastle keeper.
Oh,
it's like this
goodness.
it's like, oh, this is going to be revolutionary. Like, this is a new way to take corners, you know. Straight to the Newcastle keeper, and they were like, oh, it was so weird. So those are my morons of the week. They really looked dumb in that moment. Oh. But Nottingham Forest, I love you guys.
Steve Cooper's there with his eyes like half closed. Oh, no.
I love you guys. I hope you do well. But yeah, anything else you want to say about the game?
The goals.
The goals. The Newcastle
goals
very
were
good.
fantastic.
Very, very good.
Do you think? I can't remember who scared. I can't remember who scored Newcastle first.
Or however you want to say his name, Scar.
Shaw was he
scored that blaster.
It almost looked like it wasn't a strike. It almost looked like he wanted to like loop cross it, but
it looked like that classic defender swing the leg,
and it just
what
a goal that was. Yes, what a goal. And then, but I almost liked the second goal more. Beautiful. It was
beautiful
playing. The little tap.
Very clinical.
Absolutely.
If Callum Wilson, he wants to try and break into the England squad. If he wants to, he's going to keep doing things like that.
Well, that will be on his reel for sure.
Yeah.
So that was the goals they scored. They look really good. People have been really rating Newcastle for the season, and I don't understand it. But just watching that game, I don't know what I didn't see, but they look pretty good.
And they just gave Eddie Howe a new
what?
Contract.
Really?
Yeah, which really intrigued me because you know what I thought of Newcastle. I think that those players that are there right now are like just temporary until they get to a certain point, and then they bring the new crop in, you know.
Absolutely.
And that's what I thought about Howe as well as a manager.
Absolutely.
Thought he would take them to a certain place and they would say thank you very much. Now let's bring in the next one.
So they extend
but it looks like they have faith in him.
Wow. Very okay. Big things from Newcastle. Can take that's huge.
Yeah, good
that's
stuff.
huge. Yeah. Spurs and Southampton. Oh, if there was one team that just wanted to make me change my prediction, let me put it that way, was Southampton. They did not look good to me.
Yep.
They looked horrible. Like James Ward-Prowse was the rest of the field could have gone off. James could have just done his own thing in the middle there, but like. So he's definitely the exception. I do not understand how they kept hold of Ward-Prowse. I don't know how they did that.
It must just be because of how much he loves
Southampton.
To be. He's a Southampton boy.
Because his goal was amazing. It was a really beautiful goal. And but the rest, just Tottenham were completely over them. Every part of the game. So
this is why I have Hutel as my first manager sacked. I think it's going to be tough beginning for them.
Yeah. Everyone who scored for Tottenham, no one expected to score.
Exactly. And maybe that just shows how bad Southampton are.
Yeah.
They need Kane and Son to score. Yeah. The other guys can do it against Southampton.
Exactly. So, I think Tottenham, they definitely showed that they're going to be really good this season. It's hard to say because Southampton really weren't they weren't there for the challenge, but it looks like it's going to be another season of Southampton just getting smashed.
But the own goal, man.
Oh yeah,
it's so bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
The Salisu own goal. Why would you, if you're a defender, right? The goal's on your right hand side. Okay, a ball's coming across. Why would you try to clear it with your left foot?
Yeah. The keeper had it. He literally had it.
Swing your right foot.
The keeper just had to tap it out, and he kicked it out of the keeper's hands, basically.
Like if you hit it with your left foot, where do you think the ball's going to go? Into the goals. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know. Southampton, they do this. They get smashed one week, and then they pull off a miracle result, whether it's a draw against City or it's like a win against a team that's definitely much better than them. But then they come again and they get smashed. I don't know what it is, but based on this weekend, they were the worst team.
Yeah.
They played the worst out of all the teams for me.
Agreed. Yeah. I totally agree.
Okay, and then Everton and Chelsea. We actually watched this game with a good mate of ours, but not really much to say, really.
Yeah, Jason, I don't know if you want to hear this, but that was a boring game.
Yeah.
boring. Both teams didn't really impress me. Chelsea win from penalty. Both teams didn't really open each other up. Dele Alli came on in the second half, and I don't know what is going on with that guy the last couple of years, but he didn't really add anything to the game from an Everton point of view. Sterling looked good.
Yeah.
He had that goal, but it was chalked offside. Koulibaly looked like he's been there for a couple of years already. He looked solid, so that's good. And Cucurella, when he came on, it was good. The way he was moving the ball
So the
around.
signings are working.
The signings look like they're working, but I do think they need more in attack, Chelsea. Yeah. I thought it was maybe just the defence. And also, I must say, the Cucurella signing, I didn't think made too much sense, but now apparently Alonso is like definitely
he wants to
going.
leave. Yeah.
So it makes more sense.
Okay.
But yeah, I think from an attacking point of view, Chelsea need more. If they're going to compete with Liverpool, City, and Spurs, it looks like they need something more. Especially now Werner has gone to Leipzig. Gone back to Leipzig.
Did he? I was going to say, it looked. I saw a rumor that he's going, but he went. Oh my goodness! Why? What? So now who do they have?
Havertz. They sold Lukaku obviously, or a loan.
Batshuayi, he looks like he wants to potentially go.
He probably will go.
Havertz, is that all they have? I can't think of anyone else
unless
right now.
we're really stupid right now. I think that is all they have.
But that is Havertz. I'm sorry, but like something Chelsea needed. What is this curse that they have on strikers? That game against Everton was a 0-0 game. If that game should have just ended 0-0, it would have been like absolutely.
Yeah. I think a draw would have been fair.
But a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Not a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
That scoreline would have flattered both teams. I think it should have been a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
It was a penalty. I think it was a penalty. But
definitely a penalty for sure.
But I don't know what. I'm just looking here now for their striking. They got Havertz, Mount, Pulisic, Sterling, Hudson-Odoi, Batshuayi, and then Brozier. Oh, they bought that Brozier. He's always been at Chelsea.
I think he was on loan at Southampton last season, wasn't he?
But they don't have. Why would they let Werner go? Or did he want to go?
I'm sure Werner would have wanted to go. Just watch now. Watch him, because that's where he came from. He came from Leipzig. Yeah. Watch him now go back to Leipzig, and just like the old Werner just comes back. I just have this feeling. Just watch. And then it's going to be like, what the hell?
What is it?
There really is some sort of curse.
Lukaku is going to be huge at Inter this season, and Werner's going to be huge.
And Costa are like the only rule to the exception when it comes to strikers for Chelsea. I don't know what happens there, but
they're gonna sign someone. They have to sign someone.
They do have to, yeah.
I mean, I joke with Jason, a friend, that Havertz in the team, you sort it for life, but it's obviously a joke because I don't rate Havertz.
You never know what you're gonna get from the guy. One week he does some crazy like first touch and bang goal, and then the next week
he never looks sure to me. He doesn't know if he has an option to pass, even if it's a 50-50 pass. It almost looks like he'll try and pass.
Yeah.
Just so that he doesn't miss the goal and look worse than he is.
Yeah.
But he needs to get confidence in, like, I'm the striker, take responsibility, get the penalty, pick up the ball like Haaland under your arm, and you taking that penalty. You need that confidence, but Havertz doesn't have that, and he showed it to me. I only watched first half and a little bit of the second half. I eventually got over the game a bit, but I know you watched the whole game as well. But Havertz, from what I saw, that is not the striker they must take into the season.
Yeah. And Everton really, it looked like they were missing that Richarlison.
Yeah, absolutely missing Richarlison.
The only chance they really had was a header from Tarkowski, their new signing.
Yes.
Where Mendy was a really good save, but other than that, not much to offer.
I was talking like almost 10 minutes, no, probably 6 minutes on this is
enough.
Yeah. Okay, then moving on to, that was the last game, I think. Moving on to Sunday, we had Leicester City and Brentford.
Classic. Yeah. This is classic. We've spoken about Brendan Rodgers. Yeah. This is classic. Like, so Man City 2-0 up against West Ham. You go, done. That's pretty much done. Leicester, when they're 2-0 up, you don't, as the Leicester fans must feel so uncomfortable at 2-0, because that it's not done, because it seems like every Rodgers team, they never know when to stop.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're 2-0 up, let's just control the game now.
Yeah.
It's like, no, more goals, more goals, more goals. And it was just typical. And Brentford come back, get a goal from Tony, and then a nice goal from, what's his name, De Silva.
Yes.
Who cuts inside and bends it. It's one of those nice ones where, where it bends it and the keeper just stands still and it just goes in the corner.
Beautiful goal.
Really nice goal.
Beautiful goal, yeah.
But yeah, man, Leicester.
Yeah, I don't understand. It looks like such a... And I know a lot of people are putting it on, the lack of ambition of Leicester, and but they have a good squad. Like, I really stick by what I'm saying. Their squad is really good. They've got good CDM, good defense, good wingers, good attack. There's nothing wrong with the squad. But that talent and that, what they have, they just don't show on the pitch. And they show it on the pitch. They went 2-0 up.
Yeah.
Beautifully, brilliantly. They played so well. But I don't know what it is, but they need to learn. They need to learn how to change a game by controlling the game. Absolutely.
100%.
They almost look Leicester like I think I said this in our first podcast. Like, Leicester is a good. You have the ball.
Yeah.
You take the ball. That's why they're so good against.
That's how they won the league.
That's how they're so.
You have the ball,
yes.
and we'll just counter
exactly, and that's why they're so good against Liverpool and against City and against all the big teams, because they don't want the ball, but that counter-attacking football they play is amazing. Against Brentford, I don't know what the possession stats were, but Leicester had the ball.
Yeah.
And it's almost then like they don't know what to do. They don't know if they should attack, if they should keep the ball. They don't know what to do, and that's maybe what's causing this confusion. But Brandon Rod, if you want to win more of your games, you need to be able to have the ball and still win the game. I don't understand why they choke. No.
But yeah, I might look like a tool because I had Brentford rock bottom there.
Yeah, I will.
To go away to Leicester.
Yeah, good goals.
And draw. Yeah. That's for them. That's
very good. Ivan Toney. I mean, him alone.
We did say it's going to be a big season for him.
Yeah.
To then get that next move.
And that was a typical striker goal.
Yeah.
Got the ball in the box, turned, shot.
Yeah.
In. Done. That's all you want from your strikers.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
Well done to Brentford. It's a big result.
Yeah.
Leicester's got some work to do. Oh, the good one. Manchester United and Brighton. Oh, I know. Please, if you guys follow our Instagram page, and did you do it on Mighty Reds as well, or was it just the bench talk? No, it was Mighty Reds.
It was Mighty Reds.
Please go follow this guy on Mighty Reds. He made such a funny video of this Manchester United guy.
I'm not someone who looks for beef or anything like that, but that guy started it.
Yes.
He was laughing at us with the Fulham draw, and then they go.
Just explain the situation, because it's funny.
So he was just calling us a banter club,
Manchester United fan on Liverpool. Yeah.
But he has tons of videos like that. I can't even remember the guy's name. I don't even want to advertise him, but he makes ridiculous videos. Just go watch a Mighty Reds video and you'll understand. But let's actually start off before we get to United, because that's the juicy part. Let's start off with the Brighton side of things.
Another pull for me to swallow.
Consider. It's like, hey, we'll sell Basuma and then we'll just go get this guy.
Yeah.
And he just slots straight in. And it's like Basuma never left. He was so good.
That is such a Graham Potter. That shows how good of a manager. I don't know. He's obviously has a lot of influence in the signings and stuff, but brilliant.
And that's why if Graham Potter does leave, Brighton will be in trouble.
Yeah.
But Brighton played such good football. And your favourite player, Trossard.
Yeah. He looked good. He looked very good. Yeah. Brighton are becoming a bit of like a ghost, like a haunting ghost for Man United. Like they smashed United last season, and now they went. Was it Old Trafford? They went to Old Trafford. Yeah, they went to Old Trafford.
First game of the season, Old Trafford
against this new United.
Yeah, I really thought that United were gonna start the season well, like under the new Ten Hag era.
Yeah,
Old Trafford first game, like they did it last season. Where you think like, oh, maybe this is the season where they smashed Newcastle at home. First game, Ronaldo was back. It was his first game back.
Ronaldo off the bench as well as.
But let me put it this way: I think this is probably the best way that I could sum up United is that if you made me watch that game and you told me that Ole was still in charge, I would 100% believe you.
That's actually so true, man.
I would 100% believe you. I don't know what the difference was.
The-
New manager, everyone's like, oh, but like, something's going to happen midfield. No, first game, McFred there, McTominay, freaking the two. Oh, they just, like, they're like both the same player. Why do you need two players to do a one-man job? Like, that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
And they don't even do it right, like, together. Doing a one-person job together, they can't do it. It must be so frustrating. It would do my head in if I was a United fan. And then you've got Ronaldo on the bench, like, pulling faces and stuff. And I can't even... Oh, it frustrates me so much. I can't imagine what's going on in Ten Hag's mind.
But what has he done? What has he done differently? You're so right. Like, there's no Ten Hag. There's nothing different. Like, I know it's the first game of the season, and people are going to say in the comments, first game of the season, give him time. I get that, but I mean, it's your first game of the season. You have a plan.
You would at least see different patterns of play and stuff. Like, take the results aside, just different patterns of play. You'd see something like, what are they trying to do? And I couldn't see it. Like, we were speaking and saying, like, can you even play Eriksen and Fernandes in the same team? Well, they tried to do it.
And they put Fernandes on the left.
Yeah, but then
I think he came in.
But then I saw in before the game, Ten Hag said that like Eriksen would play higher up, but Eriksen was the one dropping deep, and then Fernandes was going forward, and there were some good moments where Eriksen like would turn and play like a good through ball, but I mean, look. Martial, who I think is injured at the moment, who they probably will start up front when he comes back. To think that this is a kid who they try to get rid of, get him out, and then City go and sign Haaland, and we go get Nunes, and it's like, oh, we're bringing back the kid we try to get rid of, and he's going to be our main striker. Like, things at United are just
it is.
It's so bad.
I just people have been predicting United to still finish. They're not going to get Champions League, but still Europa League. But I want to throw a gamble out there and just say, like, if they don't sort this out, they don't have a good squad for me. Their squad just looks like it's in shambles. If I was a United fan, I'd be really worried because it's going to like mid-table form now. Yeah. Which is a compliment almost, because if any other club is in shambles like that, you know, the only thing that's giving them this pedigree is their name. Yeah, it's all.
And did you see there were United fans fighting in the stands and
I didn't hear
about
proper
that. Like fighting. It just shows like that when that second goal went in, they must have thought, oh, here we go again. Like it's gonna be the same season again. I put United ahead of Arsenal because I said Arsenal would win the Europa League, and then they were struck. I think Arsenal can win the Europa League and still just finish. Seriously,
it's that bad.
I must be wrong. Surely my prediction there must be so wrong. I can't see United finishing. I know it's the first game of the season, but
look,
it still looks like last season.
It's Ten Hag. If he just needs to get the players on his side, that's what he needs to do, and he needs to take control. Yeah. Because at the moment, the players, the calibers, they're big. They've been there. Ten Hag has a lot of work to do. And I'm not actually sure what United's fixtures are and stuff, if they have an easy run in or not.
They've got us in 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, they got Brentford next. I mean, they're actually, they're lucky, hey. That is, if they just had to play a tough team and get smashed. I mean, maybe Brentford can do that, absolutely. Yeah. But
if they beat us, that other video is coming back to haunt me.
Absolutely, it's not looking likely. It's not looking likely. Okay, let's end off with probably a little bit of a sore one for you, but as a neutral for me, I was just sitting like this in awe of the City that came onto that pitch. In London, that was a performance like I've never thought that City can control a game even more than than they have last season. Yeah. But this game was, I felt so sorry for West Ham. I honestly think this next fixture that West Ham is going to play, they're going to play so well. and people are going to be like, this is not the West Ham that we saw last week, but there was nothing wrong with West Ham.
Man City did to West Ham what I thought we might do to Fulham. In terms of when the game started, West Ham were
running,
good
pressing.
those first couple of minutes.
Exactly.
Antonio had that one chance. But then City were just like, okay, like we're going to take control now. And I mean, with De Bruyne in midfield and Rodri,
it was...
What can you say about City? Like, I know that they are our rivals, but they're not like a United to me. I don't hate City like I hate United, so I don't mind talking about them. They were brilliant. It's like I closed my eyes and last season went straight into this season and they just look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, they just control games so well. And now it's like De Bruyne's dream to have someone like Haaland running in behind like that. And we were talking on the phone last night. Like that ball that he plays through to Haaland for the second goal. Like Haaland, he doesn't need to touch the ball. De Bruyne, just that weight of pass. It's perfect. Haaland can just set himself up, finesse it into the corner. Thank you very much. And but they were clever. I don't know if he's going to be the penalty taker this season, but I think they knew what they were doing, giving him that penalty just to get him off the mark.
Yeah.
And then you could see with that second goal, like Haaland is like easier. Because I know people were ripping him with the Community Shield with that miss, but I mean, we all knew like that doesn't. Haaland's not going to flop.
No,
like, he's going to score tons of goals. You could put you and I there in front of goals, like in front of it for City, and we would score goals. Like he's going to score lots of goals.
He's got everything he needs behind him.
It's scary, man.
He's got the runs. It is scary. I think my words to you was De Bruyne and Haaland in the same team is almost a sin. It is that
should
bad.
be illegal, man.
It should be illegal. It was that goal that De Bruyne, that Haaland scored from De Bruyne's pass. Like a lot of people love, they love these long shots and these curlers and stuff, and that is brilliant. But if you're gonna if you want to try and explain football to an alien, you show that goal. That is what football is. Like, you've got a solid defense, strong, but you just got the striker who knows where to run.
Timing of the run is perfect.
The
timing of the ball, perfect. Weight of pass,
it was
perfect.
that was a football. That is how you play football. That is how you score goals. That was, and there was just no one could say anything about that.
Yeah.
And even the first goal, like the penalty, that ball I got played to him, like the West Ham fans, like they were more certain that was a penalty than anyone else.
Oh, that was 100. There's
like
no
no
debate,
one said anything. No
penalty.
One complained. And when last have you seen that in soccer where there's a penalty and then the team isn't complaining or fighting?
Yeah.
Was the ref? The ref was waiting for the players to just come and say, "Oh, come on, ref!" What?
Yeah.
That was Haaland knew exactly what and he didn't. Mitrovic.
Yeah.
He just took the phone.
He really did get clipped.
He got up, took the ball.
Why do keepers always do that, by the way?
I think
the player's going to take the ball to the side and then you're going to disrupt him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's momentum. We're not keepers. We don't know. Keepers will know. But
definitely not.
But man, they were just in control. But mark my words. I've been wrong in everything that I predicted, from last podcast to this one. But I think West Ham's next game, they're going to be amazing. There was nothing wrong with West Ham.
Yeah.
They were just victims of a team that came out and just completely took control of that game. So City are definitely the team to beat, for sure. Yeah.
And you didn't say, who was your moron of the week?
Me.
By the way? You?
Yes, it's me. Because I Forest 10th. Forest get beat by Newcastle. Brentford, Brighton, and Bournemouth, my bottom three. I mean, all coming up with crazy results, looking good. So I want to put myself there.
You could even put Jason celebrating that offside goal, man.
The Chelsea goal that was not a goal because it was offside. Man. It was hilarious. Yeah, but I had to just put myself. I didn't really have a moron in football, so I just put myself in there.
Okay.
I'll take it on the chin. Absolutely.
I like that.
I don't want to be right all the time. I love being wrong sometimes, but. It was a Premier League opening weekend.
Yeah.
You couldn't get more. Let's quickly, for 1 second, jump onto what happened in the German league. I think Bayern Munich
Oh,
beat
6-1 or something.
6-1
Mane
Frankfurt.
scored. Yeah, it was welcome.
What happened
He must be thinking, what a joke.
Barcelona beat, I don't even know who they played.
Yeah, Lewandowski scored.
Yeah, it was also like 5-1 or 6-1 or something. I'm not sure. Massive scores. PSG, easy. Not the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, absolutely a fantastic weekend of football.
Yeah, it's so good to have
So excited for the next round. We're going to quickly just say our predictions for the games coming up. This weekend. Aston Villa and Everton.
I would say 2-1 win to Villa.
2-1 to Villa.
Yeah.
I think it's a 1-1 draw. Everton, 1-1 draw for me. Southampton and Leeds.
Oh, can you think of a worse game to predict?
I cannot.
I'm going to say that I'll give a 1-1 actually.
1-1. Leeds, I think Leeds definitely, they're taking their chances. They can score goals, so I think Leeds will win that game. 2-0. Arsenal and Leicester.
That should be a good. There should be goals in that game.
Yeah.
But I think Leicester's definitely going to lose, and I'm going to say that it's going to be 3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1. Yeah, I think Leicester will score. I think you're right. Leicester will score 1 goal, but I think Arsenal will win 2-1. Yeah. Just
Brighton,
to not 3-1, but I don't want to go the same as you. 2-1. Brighton, Newcastle. Oh. I think if there's going to be a game next season...
This is going to be a good game.
Yeah, if there's going to be a game next week and that's going to be like the Chelsea and Everton game, it might be this one for me.
But with more quality there, I think.
Way more quality. I mean, yeah.
In terms of football, I think this will be more entertaining. I'm actually going to say that this is going to be a 2-2.
2-2. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm going, okay. I think it's going to be a boring game.
Okay.
Just because I think the quality is there, but I think they're going to really cancel each other out quite hectic. And it's not like a Man City Liverpool cancel out where you cancel each other out on attack and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a defensive cancel out. So I think it'll be a boring game. 0-0 for me, Brighton.
Look at this next one.
City and Bournemouth.
Bournemouth!
Oh man, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Bournemouth fans very excited.
6-0.
6-0.
I'm serious.
Brand,
6-0.
You see, I can't do this to myself.
Away from home, eh?
Oof. Okay. 3-0.
See, now that if that's you being nice.
That's me being nice. 3-0. 3-0. I think Bournemouth are going to be hit with a backhand for sure. But 6-0.
Oh, here's an interesting one.
Wolves and Fulham. Oh, you know what I said?
This is tough.
When I looked at Wolves' fixtures, I said Leeds must win, Fulham must win.
Yeah.
But after Fulham's performance against Liverpool, we're at home. That doesn't say anything actually, because Wolves' home form is not that great from last season. But yeah, let's go. I'm gonna stick with my team. I'm gonna go 1-0.
1-0.
1-0. Yeah.
I think Fulham will score, but I do think that you will win. So I'm gonna say 2-1 to Wolves.
Okay. If we look, I'm gonna answer. If we win that game, I'll be very, very happy.
I think you will win. I think the home advantage is. I think you will win.
Let's see. Yeah.
Brentford United. Oh, this is. Jeez, man.
Kind of.
This is hard, because. I don't know. It's hard. You think that you just assume the smaller team is gonna lose, which is United.
Yeah.
I think that.
That's hilarious.
Man, I want Brentford to win so bad. I'm actually gonna say 2-0 to Brentford.
2-0 to Brentford.
Putting my neck out there.
That's
man.
amazing. Okay, yeah. Well, next week we're sitting here. We'll see. I think United will win, unfortunately. But I think it's going to be a scrappy game, and I think it's going to be a scrappy goal, just like their goal against Brighton.
Would you start Ronaldo in that one?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
When he came on the bench, he made a difference. I mean, there was that one run he made and that one pass where it should have been a goal.
Yeah, the Rashford. Yeah.
So I think he'll start, and I think they're going to win 1-0.
Okay.
Yeah, Man United 1-0. Forest and West Ham.
This is where we get to see that Nottingham at home, like how's it going to be? Oh man, this is an interesting one. I want Nottingham to win. So I'm gonna say 1-0. 1-0 to Forest.
I think this game is going to be like the first game that Liverpool had last season against Leeds,
Okay.
where it is this incredible powerhouse
Oh,
championship.
the season before.
Sorry, the season before. You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
The season before.
Do you think it's going to be lots of goals?
Lots of goals. I think it's going to be a crazy fight from Nottingham Forest. But I think people are underestimating how good West Ham is actually going to be, and I think they're going to look like a different team against Forest, and I think it's going to be a lot of goals. And I think West Ham are actually going to win the game 3-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chelsea Tottenham.
Game of the weekend.
Yeah, it's the game of the weekend.
I think Tottenham's actually gonna win. I know it's away from home, but I think they will win, and I'm gonna say, I actually think it might be like a 3-1. I'm sorry, Jason. I really think so.
I was gonna say 2-0 to Tottenham.
Yeah, I think they will win by 2. I have a feeling.
I'm sorry. Chelsea doesn't have a striker for me.
Yeah.
Tottenham are just looking that good, so 2-0.
And then the last one,
Liverpool and Palace. Yeah, so.
I'm gonna say 2-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I think it'll be 1-0 for majority of the game, but I think you're gonna pump the air out of punch at the lungs of Palace.
I hope so.
In like the 85th minute with a second goal, which will seal the game. So 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one I think we agreed on. Okay, yeah, that is our podcast for. Yeah. So there.
Oh, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let us know where we were wrong.
Absolutely.
Are there anything that we said that you disagree with? Let us know in the comments, please. We want to hear from you guys, and we will engage with you guys in the comments. So let us know, and we will see you guys in next week's episode.
You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcasts. And then don't forget to go follow this guy on Mighty Reds, and then we're also on Instagram.
Just Bench Talk _show. Please, guys, go give it a follow.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.